Hey everyone, it is Sunday, December 31st, 2017. It's the last day of the year, calendar year, and Happy New Year. Um, it's time to go to work on music. so, it's going to be a good day. It's been a good day so far. I'm in a good place. Excited for a productive session as usual, like I always say. And yeah, we're gonna hit some online classes here. I'll update you guys with what I'm doing there. Gonna hit a super light drum practice. I'll probably just take it easy and do some classwork for my drumming. Just give my body a rest because I'm feeling like a little fatigued after yesterday, strangely. Just kind of off. But then we're going to track the third chorus to this song. It's almost complete, which is really exciting. And then we're going to take a break and then dive back into the production front, start working on the new song, listen to what I tracked last night for the second verse, retrack anything if needed, and then get the second chorus section mapped out and start working on the bridge. Maybe even finish a rough arrangement of the entire song today. That's unlikely, but possible. Appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Let me know if you have any thoughts as we go. Let's do it.
Tone, your tone, your sound, the soul of the note, the way you play it, is not necessarily, it's not in the amp string, it's not in the guitar or the kind of pickups you have, or, whether you have a rosewood fretboard, all of these have a color to them. But your tone is in your head.
All right. Very good first half of the day. Jumped into the online class front and just did some more review from my music business class. And the main takeaways from there are really just about the micro niche and about how you don't want to be so obscure in your description of your music that nobody is searching for that. But you also don't want to be so broad in your description that you just get buried by all the other better or bigger or more famous acts or something. So you want to find that sweet spot of specificity where it accurately describes sort of the market that your music fits, and is not too big and not too small. So it's something to think about. And that's, just it's worth saying each time I bring that up, that for a lot of us is probably separate from the artistry of making music. This is like I'm finished with the record and now I'm trying to fit it into a marketing plan. It's a different part of your mind. Some people would disagree. I'm not sure. I'm still making up my mind on that. Then I jumped into a quick, instead of doing a quick drum practice, I just decided to download the Benny Greb Art and Science of Groove DVD that I bought, I think last week. And it just was taking a while to download, so I did more Steve Vai Academy review from this year, which was awesome. He was talking about the mental game of when you sit down to practice and how thoughts can really distract you from what's really important, which is holding your attention on the instrument and the sound and tone and really focusing, and fighting discouragement and things that just make you more sort of play from your thoughts rather than playing from a purer place, which I think is really interesting. So I'm going to keep exploring that. And then I started watching the very beginning of the Benny Greb DVD, which looks like it's going to be incredible, which is unsurprising. He's really great. But he's just breaking groove down into constituent elements, which I think are time, feel, body, mind, and there's one other, I think. But I'll update you guys more as I go through that. But he was talking about how a metronome keeps perfect time and how that may not groove depending on who you talk to, right? So the time and groove are kind of two different things, but that consistency, that rhythm of the space between notes and pulses is what creates trust on an emotional level. It's very expected. You know exactly what's going to happen when it's going to happen, which I thought was just a beautiful articulation of that. Then I jumped into the production front, warmed up on the drums, and started working this part back up to speed, doing some tracks. And it is just, it's really time and energy and physically intensive to do great drum tracks, especially at the level that I'm writing these parts at, which is pretty intricate. And I just listened back to some of them. I got some really good takes, but you know, now I'm like doubting if the part is too busy for the second time with this tune. And I think the takeaway there is, because tracking is so time and energy intensive, the best move going forward, and sort of the takeaway from the first half of today, is make sure that I finalize the part in the sketching session. You know, yesterday I should have sketched out a couple different ideas, thought about where things might work, where they might not work, that type of stuff, instead of just sticking straight to the demo. And then today coming in and thinking about, okay, which ones work best, and then sitting down to track the thing that works best, instead of like rewriting as I'm tracking, because that's just, I think it works, but it's not the most efficient way. It's sort of like the brute force method, rather than like the let's sit back and plan a little bit before we dive into, you know, slaving away on this thing for 2 hours straight. And you know, just it takes so much, man. I'm digging deep on every single one of these tracks, so something good to think about. Yeah, I'm going to take a break, have some food, and then come back and hit the new tune, and then we're done. Alright, good, okay, second half of the day. I'm actually cutting things short by about an hour right now, because I'd actually like to get to this New Year's Eve party that I'm going to tonight a little earlier than I had originally planned. I was going to go late, but I don't think that's the right move. And I think what I'm going to do is, I wasn't going to work at all tomorrow, it's New Year's Day, but instead I'm just going to fit an hour or two in there, and I think that way I'll get the same or more time than I would have put in today, or across both days, but it'll just be a little less stressful. What I did is I just uploaded yesterday's video. That's a great reminder of some important takeaways about just time management and some of the big things I'm grappling with organizationally right now. And then I got into listening to the new track and all the stuff I tracked last night somewhat hastily. I tracked that stuff, but it'll serve as a sketch, which is good. And some of the ideas I like. I mean, I'm definitely on the right track overall with this tune, so that's fantastic. I'm in a good place with that. As far as some of these more detail-oriented, like bass and guitar fills go, I like the ones that I have in the first verse better than the ones I have in the second verse right now. So that could just be a tracking issue. I may just need to get better performances, but honestly I think it's a writing issue. Like, I'm not totally satisfied with the parts themselves, the way I sketched them out, so I think I'm going to sketch some new ones out tomorrow, and then work on getting those tracked before I leave on Tuesday. And that should be a good goal for that session. That's what I would have done tonight anyway. I put a bass part in the chorus, and it's sounding good. I'm not sure if that's the direction it needs to go, so I think what I'm going to do is just leave the sketch in there and kind of play around with it as I track the vocals and the drums and stuff like that, and see what type of bass part I really want in there. It definitely adds to the energy of the chorus to have some extra bass, but I'm not sure if that's the direction I'm going, so I'm just going to sleep on that and make a judgment call tomorrow. But you know, here's what I'm realizing is, as I was doing like the 4-hour-a-day thing over the last year, I don't know, a few years, it gave me a lot of space and time in between actions that I would take. So I would like track something, and then I'd have like a whole day that I would just be forced to think about it. Like, I literally didn't have time to track more of that day. But now I'm in a different place where like I could have an idea in the morning and then track it that day. And that's just a position that I haven't really put myself in before. And so that's kind of what I was getting into earlier in the video, like developing a system for sketching things out the right way so I can remain efficient with my tracking time, because going for a finished take can be a very emotionally intense process, and I want to make sure the writing is great before I just start tracking anything. And honestly, I think that's just a new horizon for me, guys. I think I'm just breaking new ground right now, artistically and personally, because I think the struggle for so many years was, can I just execute the ideas that are in my head? But now that I'm capable of executing those ideas, the process is much more about being organizationally aware and managing the bigger picture of things, like what should get tracked, when should it get tracked, how should it get tracked, and just making sure that I'm being as efficient as possible. So great learning experience today. I'm pushing boundaries, I'm making mistakes, I'm learning, I'm getting better, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to be doing right now. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hope you guys are out there grinding towards your goals, enjoying the process. That's what I'm out here doing. Happy New Year's Eve. I hope you guys are doing something enjoyable and safe tonight, and just, you know, making sure that you protect what's most important, which is your life, your friends' lives, your longevity, your health. And yeah, enjoy your life. You know, you should enjoy your life. But, you know, doing things that are stupid or that could be avoided or that you know are a bad idea and doing them anyway, you know, if it's dangerous, if it's not dangerous, like, hey, whatever. If it's dangerous, you know, you just got to think about you got to think about the cost that you're paying for that experience, you know, because it's like, do you want to be messed up for the next 20 years? You know, how risky is it to get into an accident with a drunk driver? I mean, even if you're not drinking and driving, you got to be extra careful on New Year's Eve. That's just wisdom from above, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow for more. I wasn't going to work tomorrow, but I'm excited to get a couple hours in. I'll do some work on this new tune, and I'll update you guys then. Can't wait.